Well, folks, this week has been a little rough as I just lost several $1,000s drilling holes in the ground only to fill them back in. Let me explain. Last week we dug a well here, and it turned out great, but in order to supply the second phase of my campground with enough water, I obtained a larger commercial well permit that we plan to drill over here. Given that the previous well was both shallow and providing a good flow rate, I was feeling optimistic about finding water. The guys even brought out the dowsing rods to pinpoint the best spot to drill, and while personally I'm skeptical, it did add to the optimism. As usual, they worked a long day to drill deeper and deeper, lining the hole with casing as they went along. We hit a little bit of water, but it was extremely salty and the flow rate was nowhere near sufficient. By the end of the day, I was starting to get nervous because we had already surpassed the depth of our previous well, but we hoped that we would find water just a little deeper. So the next day we kept drilling, and while a site like this would make me hopeful, it turned out to just be the drilling fluids. We ended up drilling to 300 feet, which was twice the depth of our previous well. That's when we realized we'd have to switch locations. The water was just too salty and it wasn't producing enough, so we figured we might have better luck elsewhere. After setting up the rig in a new location, we continued drilling. Again, we surpassed the previous well's depth without hitting water. But I didn't want to keep moving locations, so I decided to commit and go deeper. We spent 3 days drilling and got to a total depth of 600 feet, but still nothing. Just a dry hole in the ground. The thing is, these guys can't drill for free. It requires a lot of time, fuel, and water to drill these holes, so even if you don't end up with a producing well, you still have to pay. At this point, I can't afford to continue drilling endlessly for the sake of the campground's second phase, because it's eating into the budget that I need to finish the first phase. Now, I want to be really clear, I have no issues with the drilling company. None of us know for sure where the water is, and they worked really hard to try to find it. But we are living in a desert, and water is never a guarantee. I look forward to working with them again in the future once the campground has some cash flow. Until then, we still have one functional well, which will be sufficient for our first phase. So check in again next Thursday to see what's next on the to-do list.